So the reason I'm here in the greenhouse, well, let's wait. Let's just chill for 1 second. Let a few more people show up. What can I show you? I can show you the top of it. And then we can go outside for a minute because it's a really nice night. There are little critters talking and all that. It's just been a beautiful sunny kind of day out here today. Could go show you baby goats. Guess I could walk over there. We could probably see that. Can you guys see me and hear me okay? I just need to hear, make sure that you guys can see me and hear me and reception is good. All right, there is Teresa Jukowitz. Teresa, this is one of our needs, and she's at the feed station, and there's 2 of the babies right there. That's Pumpkin and Butternut, the 2 little females. Good afternoon, Shelly W. and Big German Prepared. Hello, Kate. You sound great. Baby goats. Good. Show you them one more time. There's their mama, and that's their auntie right there. She is that goat's baby from earlier. I can't remember. I think it was fall last year, maybe. Blessings to everybody. Christy B. All right. I am going to walk past part of our garden, which is kind of a mess. There's the greenhouse from the outside. It's very, I don't know if any of you all have watched the videos, but like here's some of those paper clips that hold it together and bungee cords. It's made with 4mm plastic. So I'm going to come in here and sit down. Thanks, Forest Dog. Yeah, baby goats, that's how you wind up with a bunch. You see the little ones and you're like, oh, I need one. And then next thing you know, you got 10 and they're adorable. All right, let me say hello to whoever else is in here. So cute. Love the names. You have veggie theme. Teresa Jukowitz is a channel supporter. So shout out to you. And I am going to be uploading a video I shot. It's like a snapshot of upcoming project. I shot that later this afternoon, so I'll be uploading that for the crew members and the Neo Pioneers after the live stream. So let me say who else is in here. Those clips are awesome for so many things. Yes, I watched, Teresa said. Shalom, and there's Errol Kaplak of Verizon. Shalom, and Coppertown Girl. Big German, Andy Vetter. Hey, shalom, brother. Hope you're recovering well. There's Smiling Mary. Hello. Charlie Ski and Teresa. Okay. Oh, I'm going to upload another one, Teresa. I haven't uploaded that one yet. That one's exclusively for crew and pioneer members. But you guys are getting an exclusive tonight. I probably won't be shooting a video with 2 pieces of relevant news, and one of them was about this greenhouse. I know it works because I've walked in here before. When it's a sunny day, you walk inside, it's definitely warmer than it is outside. But it wasn't till last night that I actually got a thermometer, which is hanging right here. So it gets, let me see where that would be on this picture. See if I can get it. There it is, right? Is that it? Right here? Yeah. It's hanging up here. There's a probe off of it there. I actually ordered that for an incubator. Hey, Steve Wilson, one man. My wife wants goats. We'll see. We can talk about goats after I do the news if you stay around, Big German. I have that. It's it does temperature and humidity, because I wanted to put it in an incubator and I had to order 3. So I had one up in my incubator, which is super exciting for me. I'm incubating duck eggs for the first time ever, but I had 2 more left over and I thought, I do want to know what's happening in my greenhouse. I should put one in here, and I have it hanging because the temperature up top is going to be warmer than it is down below. Okay, so I put that in like yesterday, and then today was a sunny day. Our area had a nice warm day. I think the high for the day was like 60 or something, which is not anywhere near as high or as hot. It's going to get, 90 here this summer. And I thought, all right, this will be a very good day for me to check the temperature in here. So I came in here at like 2 in the afternoon, full sun. You guys can guess if you want before I reveal what the temperature was, if you want to, if you think that would be kind of fun. Hey, Tim Dunnigan, looks great. Thanks, Tim. I have a little bit of an issue, as I'm going to reveal here shortly. 77 said just Hefe. I can trade a feral cat for a goat. You could probably find someone who would make that trade. Steve Wilson said 68. Now think 85 said Christy, 85 said Tim. Think about it was 60 outside, and that this plastic is not greenhouse plastic. It's just regular old 4 mil plastic. So we've got 83 from Errol and 96 from Smiling Mary and 80 from Shelly and 82 from DJ Shofar. Okay, you guys, not even close. I came in here at 2 in the afternoon and it was 116 degrees in here. Oh, and I've got some baby cabbages. They're not in great shape, and now I know why. Let's see if I can find them in here and I could show you. They are burnt. They are crispy. I have a rosemary plant back there that is crispy. And I thought, okay, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong in here? It's too much right. It's wrong, but it's too much right. Like this cheap, thrown together greenhouse with cheap plastic. Southern exposure was 116 with 60 outside. And I thought, okay, that's why that poor rosemary baked. Like I could start to heat up water in here, just it's way right. Steve Wilson did the plants well. Now I should, at the beginning of the live stream, I'll show you, these are peas right here in these squares, and then this is like a wild lettuce, and there's some weeds in here. The weeds and the wild lettuce and the peas are not burnt, but that poor rosemary back there was burnt, and the cabbage, the baby cabbages, are getting burnt. It's too hot for them. So we're hoping to get some kind of makeshift greenhouse up and running. Well, Soapy Acres, here you go. Cabbage like cold, exactly right. So the reason I was planting cabbage in here was because we just had those really cold temps, 10 degrees, 13 degrees. And I was like, oh, they'll be fine in there. Then we get like a 50-degree day and it's 100 something in here, and those poor cabbage are cooking. So my dream of this being a safe place for my cabbage is I've got to figure out a way to make it more like 90 in here. 90 to 100, I think it's, and Tim, if you know for sure if there's a optimum temperature for a greenhouse. Purslane, I think we do grow purslane. I don't think we have purslane right now. This is one of those, I think it's called hen and chick or something. It's an edible weed, and then the wild lettuce, of course, is edible. And then there's some curly dock that's in here. Yeah, I don't think we have purslane out yet. I think purslane grows later outside. Hello, from Mayhem Country Living. Shade cloth, exactly what Pastor said. I need shade cloth, and I need it soon. And Steve Wilson is right also. I'm always pointing at the camera. I need to stop doing that. I need to vent it, and I can. And I actually have already designed the venting that would go right up here. And that is not actually clamped up there. The plastic there can like, sort of blow out a little bit, but it's not a big enough vent. And then I'll show you the front. It's really jank, and I've kind of loosened it right up here. I can also just make the vent right up where the metal doesn't even really meet. The plastic just overlaps it. And let heat out that way too. But I need shade cloth, and I need it soon. Make a small window with the screen to open and close on the wall behind you near the top. Batman, the problem with that is I can't reach that easily and roll that plastic up. So the screening is right here on the other side of this green plastic fence is where I put screening. So I can roll up 4 foot of plastic here, and I'm going to put 4 foot of screening on this wall as well at the same height, so that I can easily roll the plastic up there. So we'll get a cross breeze, but I'm going to vent the top to let that heat out up there. I would cut some windows, just like cut 3 sides of a square, tape sides with duct tape, and use more clips. That's basically what I'm going to do, Mary. I've already decided, make a square that will, fit right here. And then I will have had like a circle cut behind it. So the square is going to be 2 or 3 layers. The front layer will be able to be pulled up, and then that'll expose the hole. And then I may have the outside layer. I'm not sure about that, but there'll be a hole there, and I'll be able to then put the flap down when I don't want the hole exposed. I'm going to do that at both ends. But I think shade cloth is going to be necessary. It was 116. There's a cold snap coming in on the 20th or so. So you need a barn door split, somebody said. I don't think this frame would support a barn door. It's just not really strong enough. That's why I made the door myself. It's just a piece of fence with some plastic over it. It's the same as the walls. It's right there. See, I've got it taped. It kind of drapes, and then I've got a piece of string that holds it in place. And right now, it's doing okay. I know it's not perfect, but if it's 116 in here, it's almost like I did this too well. It needs to be draftier. But I can also unclip on the outside where the walls join, and I can and did roll these plastics up today, and it went from 116 to 108 with the sun shining directly on it with that plastic up. And then right now, when I came in, it said 96, but I don't think it's 96. No, it's 78 right now with no sun. So it's nice right now. And the screen and the shade cloth, I want to keep bugs out of here, because things like my kale just get torn up by bugs later in the season, or June, July. It's awful. So I'm hoping I can keep them under control. Great info before we get started. Thank you all. Let's see what else. Feed sacks can be used for shade. Sure, I could. I absolutely could, and I could clip them up there, but I'm looking for something simpler and much bigger. I was actually thinking of a very large canvas, not like tarp, but, big piece of canvas like they sell at TSC. But I guess that shade cloth is a thing, and you can get it from greenhouse supply places, and so I'll probably order that. And this is approximately 25 feet long, and it's a 16-foot panel this way, so it's got to be able to cover 16 feet this way and 25 feet that way. So the screen, I don't think I put that roll of screen in here. I got one more. It's still laying outside. That screen is 4 feet long, 4 feet wide, 25 feet long. How do you attach the plastic to the cattle panels? Okay, so what we did is your top panel, this one up here, is laid over top of the 2 side panels. And the 2 side panels are attached. Let me show you more close up. The 2 side panels are attached with those clips, but also Like at this juncture right here where I've got one of these cable splicers, that is through the plastic. So that's also holding the plastic. And like this bungee cord is coming outside the plastic and around here, so it hooks to help hold this down. And then I've got these clips that actually you can pull the plastic all the way around and clip it. And I know it's janky as all get out, but it's holding. It's holding. Here, let me show you. The Millennial Man helped. Here's some pieces of plastic that he helped bend over and clip. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can see that. So he did that every couple of feet. There's another one right up there. So yeah, that duct tape and those cable splicers is how this thing's held together. And the rebar that my husband put in 10 years ago is in the block down here. So he put some chunks of rebar and then he just tied the panels to those rebar. And there's a here, let me show you this too. It's all very technical, you guys. I'm giving you just the most technical instructions here. He also has a fence pole at each corner to kind of stabilize those panels. But they're not tucked into those concrete blocks, but you absolutely could cut the fence so that you had one of these uprights sticking. Let's see if I can point at that. Yeah, you have one of these uprights here at the bottom. If you cut the fence so that it's like a post, you could actually stick that down into your concrete block, and that would help hold them in place as well. But that's what I would have done. They just tied it to the concrete block and those poles, and then it sat that way for years. It's in many of my garden videos, and then I finally this year threw some plastic over it. Doc B, shalom. So if you want to think, there's, I think it's 4, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I said it's 25 feet long. It's not 25 feet long. It's more like 16 feet long. It's 4 sets of those fence panels tied together. They're 4 foot wide, so that's 16 foot. So 4 panels is $20 a panel. That's $80. And then another panel or 2 for the ends, $100, $120. Then a 100-foot roll of the plastic is like $50 at Lowe's. So now you're talking $200 ish, plus your clips, the whole thing, $250. Oh, and the block. I don't know how much block is. The block's probably pretty expensive now. I'm sure we bought it back when it was like 88 cents a piece or something, and we got a lot of block. We had those foundations built out of block, so these might even have been left over. And there's 2 rows, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, so 40 a side. So that's like $40 worth of block on each side, 80. So now we're up to 350-ish. Have we had any wind hit it? Yes, we have. That's a really good question, John. Here comes my cat. She followed me in. Yes, we did. We had wind hit it right after we put it up. And I think I did a report on that. Panels around my way is much more expensive. I know, I can't guarantee, like when we bought panels many years ago, they were $20. They might even been less than. They are going up in my area too. That's why it's an estimate, this whole thing, $350, give or take. And you don't have to put block in the bottom. That's the thing. This was a decision made, I don't even remember who. I don't know if my husband did or whatever. You could have raised bed in the bottom. You could have boards in the bottom. You could just do the fence right down to the dirt yourself. And then your ceiling wouldn't be like 10 foot tall like mine. It would be, 6 to 8 feet tall. Yes, you could do this cheaper. You could have it smaller. You could just have 2 panels. That would be $40 with your plastic, $100. You know what I'm saying? You can do it cheaper for sure. All right, so let me see what's going on here. Does yours go east to west or north to south? This wall right here is the southwest facing. So the sun is right going down, that's west. So this is mainly south, the long wall, and then east west, the short wall. West there, east behind me. I just paid $90 for 4 panels. Right, ish. 20 a piece with some tax. Go to panels, sure. There's Lamp Keeper. Shalom, shout out to you, Lamp Keeper. I was just telling people earlier in the live stream that I've got an exclusive video for you channel supporters that I'll be uploading a little bit into another project, right? This time of year, in case you can't tell from me, is like overdrive. And it's not even a conscious decision. It's the increased sunlight and the increased temperature, and all of a sudden it's like plant. You must get all this stuff done. You have to. It's a drive. And it's busy. And it's like, I can't even resist it. I've got to get out and do things. So it's a, when does it turn green? It's green now. Look, greenhouse, see, green, West. Sorry, it was $70 for 4. Well, you got even better price. Okay, let me see other questions. Yeah, the 16-foot panels are something like 50 here last time I checked. Right. And I don't know if just because you're in Canada, everything's more expensive, or they're coming from the US and so, they're traveling and so they're more expensive. You can also try using something else. PVC pipe. I've seen a lot of people stretch the PVC pipe this way, also make the arches, and then they connect it across the top with a straight PVC, and they use those same kind of clamps, even bigger, to hold the plastic onto the PVC pipe. So I don't know if that'd be cheaper for you. Okay, let's go back. Yes, I'm trying to answer. Hey, there's Jesus. Shalom. John Fessenden, have you had any wind hit it? Yes. The day after we put it up, there was a pretty strong wind, and we didn't have the clips yet, and I don't even think we had the bungee. I think we just had ropes tied across it this way, and the wind blew the plastic, lifted it up and over, and so we had to replace it. And let me show you one more time, because Soapy Acres asked, and I wanted to, right here is the overlap. So we put the lower panels on first, and they are clipped on here, and they're tucked around the corner. And then we overlapped the top one over top. So the top one's helping hold these down and from blowing in the wind. And then the bungee cords and the rope also help it. So right now, the plastic doesn't blow too bad. And the whole frame does flex a bit, because these things they have kinetic energy or whatever in them. So they flex a little bit, but I want it to flex a little bit with the wind, and it flexes not as individual parts that start moving against each other, but the whole thing moves at once. And that's kind of what I was aiming for. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else? Do you have a habitat for humidity restore? Yes, we got used shade cloth for the chicken coop for next to nothing. Good tip, Smiling Mary. I will have to check. There's Oregon Berry. Shalom. What kind of temps do you get in the greenhouse when it's really cold? Another good question, Big German Man. I have water in that container there, and the pan right behind it. And I did have it out here on those days when it was like 10 and 25, and that water did freeze in those containers. So it does not have, we're talking, sub-freezing temps. So that's unusual for our area. It does not have an independent heat source. The way to do this, if you are somewhere else like Wisconsin, my opinion only, even if you use the plastic like this, I would do one wall, like that wall. I would make that wall not plastic. I would make it metal sheet roofing or something like that. And then I would do a rocket stove against that back wall and light that at night and have stuff burn in there against that wall so that wall is warm. That was my plan. And that would mean right next to that wall, you would probably have to have metal too so that the plastic didn't melt, and then some kind of buffer, and then plastic. So yeah, very good question about that. And I did, hey, Doc B, shalom. I did paint the bricks on the outside, on the southern side. I showed this in another video. I painted them black so they absorb heat. And I could do like a rock wall outside to absorb heat during the day. But like I said, we're subtropical, so I don't need it to be hot in the summertime. I need it to be warm in the winter so I can keep my things like turnip greens going. Oh my God. Somebody donated $50. I'm sorry, y'all. Wow. Thank you so much. Y'all don't have to do that. I just want you to know that. That's just really nice. I will put that towards the shade cloth, but that's not. Wow. For the piano fund. I majored in music at Bible College. And John, 1999. Wow, Oregon Berry. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I need to gain my composure back. I'm sorry. Wow, you guys. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. I am fighting for that piano. That's some of the news that I'm going to talk about tonight. Is the gentleman who came out. His name is Charles. I think it was Charles Gage. Nice. Oh my gosh, the nicest guy. And he said he's been fixing pianos for 45 years. No, it's okay, Wes. It's okay. It's just unexpected. It's okay. I don't feel bad. I just think it's very kind. Anyway, that gentleman came and he just took the piano apart. He said the same thing that the first man said, that it's really, really old. And thank you, Darth Moonslayer. Thank you very much, y'all. I do appreciate that. I am going to use that. Real greens through the winter while you play piano. There you go. Yeah, I ate dried greens today that I grow, like Brussels sprouts and things here in the garden. And I wanted to show you, there's a very healthy turnip green plant right here that's been here all winter, right here. That guy. There's actually two of them back in there, but the heat is making the seed. Yeah, great thing, people helping people. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. So the piano guy said the same thing the other guy said. They said the piano is very, very old. And I thought the fact that McPhail was using experimental materials with the pianos meant they were better than normal. But he explained it has some kind of brass rail. And Oregon Berry, maybe you know what I'm talking about, to hold the strings down or something maybe, that really didn't work very well. And so he said the sound is shot, even though I think it's not, but I know that in his mind, what he's picturing is, a perfectly tuned, nice quality piano. And I told him, I don't mind that it sounds honky tonkish and funky. He said, it's got a really funky sound. I said, I don't mind that. I really don't. It's okay with me that it's funky. I just want it to be able to play music. And he was trying to explain that, it's never going to be perfect unless you completely restore it. And right, it has character, Oregon Berry, exactly. And I said, I don't mind that. I like it to have character. I want it a little that. So he said he'd be willing. He did. He said, if you want me to come out, I can make it sound better than it does right now. I can repair the one key that was broken, and he can repair one of the arms. And we didn't talk about him replacing all the hammers or anything in there, but he said for $800, he could probably, get it in decent enough shape. And so Pastor and I have been talking about that, praying about that, and we'll come to a decision on that soon. And that's not something that we expect the congregation to pay for. That's something, Shalom, Texas T. That's something that I feel like I want to take on, because I made the decision to say yes to accept the piano in the first place. And we didn't do a vote or anything. And so I feel it's like my personal project. And you know me, I'm going to be gunning for yet let's do it. He again said and suggested, we could buy a much nicer, more modern piano that will, be musically better shape and things like that for $1,500, where the other gentleman had said $300, somewhere in there. But it doesn't speak to me the same way that old upright does. And then I thought about it yesterday. That piano at 128 years old-ish, made in 1896, is half the age. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you, Texas T. I really appreciate that. And I guarantee you, I'm not going to cry anymore. I'm not someone who wants to turn on the waterworks to get sympathy or anything like that. I feel that's not what my channel is for, but I appreciate it, y'all. What was I trying to say? That piano is half the age of our country. That's what really strikes me about it. That our country is only about 250 years old, and it's 128. So it's been made and used by citizens of our country for half the age of the country. Well, getting closer to a well-turned honky-tonk piano for the assembly. Well, right, and they will benefit from it, but it's really a personal thing with me. We had an upright older piano at our last church, and it was funky sounded too, and it just went with some of the songs. I mean, I'll Fly Away and stuff like that doesn't sound the same as if you played it on one of these old uprights. It's just got a soul to it. So I told my daughter, if they said absolutely it's broken and we cannot fix it and we cannot make it sound better than it does now, I was seriously considering turning it into like a desk or some kind of storage without changing the outside of it at all. But I'm so glad that he said he'd be willing to tune it up as much as he could, clean it up, repair it as much as he could. So I'm excited. I'm excited about that. And I wanted to share about the greenhouse because I was shocked. My piano may be a parts piano that you need. Well, I'd hate to scavenge your piano, Wes, unless it's already right, like in terrible shape. But that was something some people said, scavenge parts from other pianos. But I mean, to redo mine, it would have to be the whole thing. Hey, there's Raincat. Shalom, and thank you for being a channel supporter. I've got a video coming up for you guys later today that I shot today. That's a sneak peek at my next project, as if I don't have enough projects now. Nothing is ever unfixable, just takes time and effort. Exactly right. And to rebuild it, $8,000 to $16,000. But I don't even want to, I wouldn't even if I had that money, I don't know if now I would be willing to let it go somewhere, because people who do that thing say they'll come pick it up and they'll keep it for so long. Oh, welcome to the crew, Oregon Berry. There you go. You're the latest and newest crew member. Welcome. Welcome. There's some, oh my gosh, no way. Smiley Mary, I don't want you to do that. You're trying to keep a family on a budget. Y'all don't keep your grocery money. Keep your grocery money. Oh man. All right, look. I did not come on here to talk about this, to have you be donating. Thank you, the Patiable. Hi. Oh my gosh, please don't feel like you have to do that. Sounds like you was getting a piano fixed. That is my intent. I'm going to do it. I don't want you doing a pantry challenge, Smiling Mary. I want you to have money to feed your family. You can revoke that if you want. You can take that back. If you need that money, you can take that back. So those are the two things. Oh, thank you, Patty Bull. You guys are the best subscribers. And I like these short, quick live streams because I feel like I'm talking to you on a phone, only it's almost, you see me. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's just something there. I really like that better. I like doing videos too. I like giving instruction, but I really like interacting and talking to y'all because you've got great ideas and great comments and you're supporting each other. Thank you, Teresa. God will bless them, sister. Let them do what the Father puts on their hearts. Lively Prepper, you too. You're absolutely right. You have to be a grateful receiver and a grateful giver. And I can't control it. I can't control it. I can just say thank you very much. I wouldn't have done it if I couldn't. You and your hubby give me so much you'll never know. Well, I certainly hope you're getting value for your donation. That would make me happy. No way. Soapy Acres. I'm taking donations for self-cleaning litter boxes. Man, I tried to get Pastor when it was really cold to say we could have a litter box in the house, and he said absolutely not. So little Kiki Puss has to go out. He has to go. It's a she. You guys are getting me so confused. I can't even talk. She has to go out to go potty. She's got mulch piles and things out here, and she uses them. Love you, sister. You're such a blessing to us all. Praise the Father. Oh, Lively Prepper, thank you so much. Thank you so much, y'all. I felt the weight of that so heavily because I don't want y'all to think we're perfect. I certainly hope you don't think we're perfect. I certainly hope you understand we are just as faulted. That verse in the word where, I can't remember who it is Yeshua's got a rich guy and I guess a poor guy in a church, and the poor guy says, have mercy on me, a sinner. That's how I feel. I have to agree with PJ on the litter. Kentucky's rock. Right, and who'd be scooping it this gallon? Maybe I'd get tired of it really fast. I was just thinking about going live and mentioning my broken chainsaw. Wes, dude, I didn't do that to do it. I just, all right, I'm just gonna stop. We admire you because you're people trying their hardest to do your best. We are trying to make this work, and we are older, obviously. Okay, we've done the raising our children, my husband's career, 20 years in the military. He was a pastor, another 7 years for the Christian church. He was a pastor for the Torah church 7 years. Like we've what we're trying to do now is just have our homestead be as self-sufficient as it can be. And I'm trying to make systems too here that work, like the greenhouse, so that we don't have to buy the starts every year, because I buy a lot of starts. Our house is so small, and the southern exposure windows don't have any tables in front of them, and so it's not easy. And I don't do starts in the cottage. It's really small in there, and so this is supposed to be helping us be able to do seeds. And the next thing I'm going to do in here is the warm weather seeds, like the tomatoes and the cucumbers and everything, because of how warm it was. And if you're late to the live stream, I came in here today, it was 60 degrees outside, and inside it was 116 degrees. So this design is working too well, and I have to get a shade cloth of some kind in here before the hot weather really strikes. And it did burn some of the plants that were in here, how hot it got. So if you do this, just keep that in mind for your area. Are you going to need shade too, or is yours going to be cold and you're going to need more heat retaining stuff? That's what all these pots are. They're to be filled with dirt and water, and I've got them like half filled to help with the heat retention in here. And I painted the block outside black to help with the heat retention, but because they're subtropical, I should have been thinking, okay, how am I going to keep it cool in the summer? So that is that going on here. Let me see what your all's comments are. Friends of ours somehow train their cat to go outside. They have no kitty litter in the house. Yeah, that's what we did too. It's one thing keeping me getting a cat. The one thing I've noticed about the cat, yeah, the antacist, the antacist. Yeah, it was 116. That's too hot. I think it's the 100 degrees is like what you want in here. So I'm going to have to work on that. And Phoenix shade is crucial. I didn't buy a greenhouse this year because it'll get too hot too quick. Right, Patty Bull. And this shade cloth that people are talking about, nursery houses and stuff sell it, is for things like that. Like if your plastic wasn't clear like this, but it was white, like used billboards often are a white plastic, then it wouldn't get as hot because it won't retain any of the heat. And so that's why we've actually got some of those used billboard plastics out here. They're just in not great shape. I was thinking of putting that over, or some kind of white canvas thing. Misting system, maybe. Kentucky Survival, it's off grid, so I don't even have a water source in here yet. Nighty night. Hope you have a great evening. Shalom. Good to see you, Soapy Acres. Good luck with your search and getting your greenhouse. Patty Bill, fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah. Okay, so I'm almost done with the live stream. We can you guys can ask me some other questions if you want to. Those were the two things I intended to do. Talk about the greenhouse and how well it's working and what I have to do next. And to let you all know that the piano tuner person, the second one, said he would work on the piano. And so my intention is to do what we can to get it at least playable. And then if I do, I'm not good. I'm going to tell you, I am not a concert pianist. I am not awesome, but I might do a couple of videos just with the sound from it, like I did at the beginning of one of the live streams. Just because I'm pretty excited about it. I shouldn't be as excited about it as I am, but there's just something about it. There's something about those old uprights. The history is just amazing. We put a shade tarp over the chickens in the summer, 70% shade. Hunter Kirk said, I know you guys are off grid. Siphon system, 12-volt pump will give enough pressure. It would, but we don't even have that in the house yet. So it probably isn't going to happen right now. Kentucky Survival. I think it's going to be a shade thing and stuff. My request, I'll fly away. And we do play it. Have PJ sing along. There is no way he is going to sing along and get recorded. No way. He has an all right singing voice. I'm not saying that. It's just not his thing. He's not a sing. Yeah. All right. Any questions, comments? Anything else about the greenhouse you want to know? I'll give another 50 CPs. Look, you're not going to bribe him either, Oregon, and I don't want you to. I don't want you to have to do that. You're too much, brother. How is things out your way? How was your temps and snow and all that stuff? Hey, Christine Taylor, good evening. You're coming in right at the end. I'm thinking about what you could use for shade cloth. Yeah, I probably could even buy white sheets, quite frankly, Suze. I probably could. Because the white, again, would repel, it wouldn't keep the heat in. Maybe 2 king-size sheets. Raincat. Our renter are building my new cinder block raised bed and greenhouse inspired by yours. Raincat, thank you for being a chance. Thank you. for being a channel supporter. And I have a video going up, Lamp Keeper. Litter box is done. I wonder if boy cats are just him and boys. Yeah. Raincat, you did hear that this thing was 116 degrees today, right? It was 60 degrees outside and it was 116 in here. It's actually too hot. But you're in a different time zone, and so you may want yours warmer, but I'm going to have to somehow dial it back. I'm going to have to put shade cloth or something over it because it's going to be too hot in the summer. And it did burn some of the, like the cabbage starts are just like yellow because it's too hot for them. I'm sure the tomatoes and the cukes and everything, I'm going to plant them soon, will love it. I've got more cabbage stuff in those cups and things back there. None of it has come up yet, and I'm wondering if it's too hot. So just to let you know, this thing's pretty effective. What about using pink plastic to make it less white? Are you making some kind of joke, Wes? Sheets, smiling Mary. Good night, Sister Kate. Gotta go. Great to see you. Greenhouse looks great. Until next time. Thank you, Big German. It's 40 here. So as long as you understand there could come a point when it might be too hot in the summer, this will work well. Just have a plan for, shade. And you know that I put screen on this side, and I'm going to put screen on that side. Right where the green plastic is, I put the screen on the other side of that, so I can take the sides up and it cools it down a bit. Old thin white or Patel sheets might work. That's a good idea. And I was also thinking canvas. Shalom, SK, have a good night. Texas Tea, thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for your donation. Thank everybody who donated tonight. That was so sweet. Really appreciate y'all swinging through. And I'm basically saying the same thing over and over. If you come in late, can you ventilate the sides? Yes, Sarah. The plastic outside can be pulled up. And that's what the screen is for. It's about the bottom 4 feet. Machina Opus, yes, I do intend to put ventilating holes, panels or whatever at the top, in the back, and in the front. There's no power out here, so I won't be able to have a fan or anything. I have a check request calling me. Thanks for live. Smiling Mary, thank you very much. Please enjoy it. You will be able to roll. Yeah, I can roll up the sides. I have a high tunnel in my do list. Always good to hear what y'all are doing. Good luck with it, John. I have access to a lot of free pink plastic sheeting. I see what you're saying. Well, if you can get it, it might work. I don't know technically. And there is Grandma Ginger's farm. Shalom, Sister Kate. Shalom, everyone. Canvas may block all the light. Might be a bit too much. Sheets would let. It's true. And a fan with a swamp cooler. That's what we did. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm getting off. It's a pleasure always to come in contact with you all. I appreciate y'all a lot. Questions, comments, all that stuff, wonderful. Comments on the videos, wonderful. It's just, you guys are the best. You're awesome. Brandon, yep. I put together a shelter for breeding goats in the same manner and was going to make a greenhouse in the same way, but we had a horrible windstorm yesterday and blew away. Grandma Ginger, I'm going to do this for you just because you are amazing and a wonderful lady. Ours is held down right here by these bungee cords that go all the way down, and then there's 3 ropes that go across the top that are weighed down by block. And then with all these paper clipping things all along the sides and with duct tape, this did not blow away the last big wind we had. So I'll just let you have those little tips and you can try again. Don't give up. Try again. You could always get that plastic roofing panel that I put on the duck house that attaches to these panels. I wired thin wooden pieces along these panels, and then I bolted those long vinyl roof sheets to those wooden strips that I had wired to the framing, and that's what's made my duck house, and that has not blown away. That worked really good. So if the plastic doesn't work, try getting those clear vinyl panels at a place like Lowe's. Yeah, Kentucky Survival, you're right. I have seen those before. All right. Thank you, Nicole Marie. Thank you very much. I like that with the bungee cords and blocks. Christine Taylor, it is so jank. We are so rednecky in the way this thing's made, but it's working. The snow smashed it, right? This one had snow on it and it weighed it down, but luckily it did not collapse under the weight of it. All right, bless you all. I'm going to go back inside. It's getting dark. Thank you so much, y'all. Bless you. Shalom, shalom, shalom.